Well, his career began more than 50 years ago right here in Flint, Michigan. He's a member of the Michigan Rock and Roll Legends Hall of Fame, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Sold millions of albums, 30 million albums, 10 platinum albums, 10 gold records. And he's coming home to do a show right here at the Capitol Theater. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Mark Farner.
Yes.
I have to
be here, Brother George.
I have to tell you, Mark, I'm going to try not to be a fanboy here, but when I was a kid, I saved up my allowance to buy Closer to Home on 8-track tape. So it is.
Bless your heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. It is just a genuine pleasure to have you here. And I'm going to tell you something. I heard Some Kind of Wonderful the other day, and it just struck me. This is as timeless today as it was 40 years ago.
Yeah.
It's really become an anthem. How does it feel to have a song that has resonated with generation after generation after generation of people?
It's awesome. And even more awesome, brother, is to know that John Ellison, who wrote that song, you remember he was in the Soul Brothers 6?
Back maybe 67, something like that before?
Yes, yes. And, you know, they had that Philadelphia kind of sound, and Brewer and I and Shocker, we would, on the way to the gig, be warming our vocals up with Some Kind of Wonderful. And then Andy Cavalieri, our manager, turns around in the seat, and he goes, "Guys, what the heck is that all about, man?" He says, "You need to record that." And I said, "You mean you never heard that? That's the Soul Brothers 6, Some Kind of Wonderful." He goes, "No, but you guys need to record it." And when we did, it was a great big hit. And Jimmy Einer, who was a movie producer, and he produced that album for us, he told us that was some of the best fun that he's had working with anybody, because he said the song just brings it. He said it makes me want to get up and start dancing behind this console up here, you know.
And it's just timeless today.
Yeah.
It still has that same vibe. You started, maybe some people don't know, but there was a history before Grand Funk Railroad with Terry Knight and the Pack.
That's
and
right.
that was right here in Flint, Michigan. So you're coming full circle.
Full circle.
To do a show here at the Capitol Theater. Isn't this a beautiful venue?
Oh, my God.
Unbelievable.
Yes, I was here 2 years ago when they started the reservation, and I was standing down in the middle of that floor looking at this stage, and I was fantasizing, you know, just letting it go. And I'm up here, I'm running around putting on a show. And here it is 2 years later, and I'm looking at a finished theater. It's very, very beautiful. Classy Flint, Michigan theater.
And you never played here before.
Never.
Because Grand Funk rose to stardom so quickly, you really didn't get a chance to do many small venues.
That's right.
Before that. So such a rich history of music over the last 50+ years. How do you narrow it down? What can we expect when Mark Farner's American Band comes to the stage here?
From the first album on, I get a little bit of something from each album, and we polled our internet audience, the fans, to see what songs they'd like to have in the live set.
Really?
Yeah, and so that gave us, a direction as far as, what we do and the songs that we play in our set, because there's not enough time to do it all.
Sure.
But we get a lot of jamming in the time that we've got, and a lot of energy goes into it, and a lot of sweat. But it's all because of the love that the people keep enforcing with waves of emotion that come to the stage, and they overcome you, and they overcome fatigue, and they overcome a sore throat, and you just keep pushing it out.
And I imagine this is going to be a straightforward rock and roll show. We're not going to see a ton of theatrics. You're not going to fly above the crowd, are you?
Oh, no, I'm going to stay on that stage
you're not
and
gonna
fly across.
You're not going to be Lady Gaga here on stage
Oh, no.
here at the Capitol
No.
Theater. Okay.
No, it's always been, straightforward rock and roll, and when it's done in the right heart, always giving, not expecting something in return, but just giving. That's the way love does.
I'll put you on the spot here.
Yeah, man.
I know it's going to be hard to narrow it down, but favorite song that you're going to do
Favorite
on stage?
song, I'm Your Captain.
Oh, like I said, the Closer to Home 8-track tape when I was a kid, man.
Yeah, and we just finished a show out in Fort Irwin, where they've processed over 1 million troops since 9/11. And we did a commemoration for the Vietnam veterans, and we did a show out there to honor them at the fort. And when it came time for "I'm Your Captain," we invited the vets to come up on the stage.
Wow.
And it was packed with brothers from every state in the Union, and tears
I bet.
and emotion and guys hugging each other. They never met before, but they fought the same war. They were there on that stage, and it's just one of those moments. Like, I wish everybody could feel that feeling before they leave this bone suit and have to go on.
A moment.
Yeah.
That you'll remember the rest of your life.
Amen, brother.
Good grief.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, we had an absolute outpouring of support and love and prayers for you and your wife
Thank you for that.
This last summer. Mark and his wife lost his son Jesse after 8 or 9 years of
Him being
struggle.
quadriplegic.
Yeah. So,
But he's whole now.
he's absolutely whole now. He's home.
Yeah.
And we had such an outpouring. People said, "I grew up with Mark Farner. I've always loved Mark Farner's music," and my heart and my thoughts go out to his family, because they love you back. So-
God bless those folks. Thank you, brother. I
so-
appreciate you
so
sharing
the
that.
The community is right here with you, sir.
Right on.
Obviously, faith has helped you through a lot of this, and
Yeah.
not many artists can say that they're a member of the Michigan Rock and Roll Legends Hall of Fame, and they've been nominated for a Dove Award. That's kind of a strange combination.
Yeah. But Jesus rocks.
Absolutely.
We call it God rock.
New music. Interesting story behind the song "Can't Stop."
Yes.
Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. Is that how that came about?
Yeah, the guys that are in the video are the band that I first mentored at Rock and Roll Fantasy
Kind
Camp.
of like a camp counselor or mentor to these guys.
Yes. And counselor. At camp, you're a counselor.
Sure.
So I counseled them, but they were big fans. They knew the groove. They know Flint, Michigan, because when you're looking for the deep stuff, you got to go all the way back. And they knew about the railroad trestle, and and for them to desire to have me back 2-3 times as a counselor. And David Fishoff, the man who owns Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, kept calling and said, "These guys want you to be their counselor again." And I said, "Okay, more money." No.
Right, sure.
But to finally then, after 3 times, I got Ken's phone number, and Ken Van Wagenen is the lead guitar player from that group, and we were communicating. He says, "Man, we've got this song, and we can't do it without you. We want you to come out here. I'll bring you out. We'll bring you out for first class and put you in a 5-star hotel. Would you do that?" And I said, "I'd do it with a 2-star hotel, brother."
I've watched the video over and over again, and I tell you what, it wouldn't have been the same without you, because in addition to you bringing the vocals and just absolutely nailing it on that song, the beginning of it is very, very funny, with you answering fan mail and telling stories. It's definitely worth, if someone hasn't seen the video, it's definitely worth a watch. So very nicely done. Very nicely done.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to a great show here, April 19th.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to putting it on.
Tickets go on sale this Friday at the Whiting box office, and we are absolutely delighted to welcome you home back to Flint, Michigan, Mark Farner.
Thank you, Brother George. I appreciate it.